Welcome back, everyone, to Coach's Corner, part 3 of episode 5. I'm Coach Joshola, and in this we are going to be looking at stuff you did good. I think this segment is really important because it helps reaffirm to us that we are doing certain things right. So when we're in a game, sometimes we may do something and maybe it doesn't work out, and we may wonder, well, was that right? Did I do the right thing here, or should I have done something else? And so when that's confirmed by maybe someone who is a higher level player, then it can give us more confidence in our skills and our strengths in game that those things are right, and so we can keep doing them. So I hope that's what we can take away from this. So definitely enjoy part 3, what you did right. Okay, so we're going to look at the first clip of what you did good. But before we even do that, I just want to say that I think that how you're playing has been really great. The way your mentality is for twos, just how you play patiently and smart. If you keep playing like this the way you are, I think you have what it takes to get the Grand Champ if you just fix those a couple of issues that we talked about in part 1. But yeah, I definitely like the way you're playing. It reminds me somewhat of how I like to play, playing patient, trying to play smart, making the other guys make a mistake so our teammate can capitalize. So props to that. So we're going to watch our first clip here. So we see our teammate Juicy. He's moving up the field. And so he tries to chip the ball up, get a dribble going. Unfortunately, he gets demoed. So let's stop right there. So instantly, as soon as he gets demoed, we know that our teammate is going to be back. Whether he spawns behind us on the left or whether he spawns in the right-hand corner, it doesn't matter. Our teammate is back, so we know that we have to now become the person who has to put a little bit of pressure on this ball, just get in the face of Inner there. So that's what we do. We get over, we close the gap, but we smartly turn. And so for people who don't know what you're about to do here, um, this is called shadowing. So shadowing is when you mimic the other car on the field. You use this a lot in ones. You use it in twos as well, and not a lot in threes, which is probably why some aren't familiar with it. And it's a little bit higher of a level thing that you start to do and get good at. So we've lined ourselves up with the other car pretty much exactly. We don't want to get too far ahead of him out here into the corner because that leaves our backside open over here. And at the same time, we don't want to get, too far behind him over here because then we can't catch him if he takes off in front. So we're trying to stay parallel with this other car and mimic the direction they're facing. So you can kind of see that right now. Both of our cars here are very similarly positioned on the field. So that's really good. So then if we roll our clip a little bit more here, we just continue to do that. We can see we're still shadowing. We're maintaining that same positioning, same direction, same speed. So we keep moving back the field. And so we don't overreact here. This is super good. Because we know we have a teammate back. All we have to do is make Fracture do something stupid and give away possession of the ball, which is what he does. He plays impatiently, goes up and tries to get a flip reset, and so it doesn't accomplish anything, and our teammate is able to clear it. And we don't even leave the ground. That's even better. We don't react at all because we know that's our teammate's ball. So that was just really smart play. We slowed down the play by shadowing the other guy, knowing our teammate was back, and allowing him to be able to make the clear on the play. So really good all around. In our second clip here, something to take note of is just how patient you play and how little you leave the ground. That's super important. Twos is a game that's a lot more played without leaving the ground, unlike threes. So this is really good. So we see that Fracture is up here on the wall. He's got control, possession. So again, we're shadowing a little bit. We're going back. We're not overreacting because we know that off to our right-hand side of the field in mid is our teammate. So all we're trying to do, again, is force Fracture to kind of give this away and push this to our teammate, making sure that we're protecting that left wall and any dribbling potential on the ground. So that's what we do. Our teammate hits it, but the way he hits it, we're able to nicely just do a tiny little jump, push the ball off to the side, and then just watch what we do here next. We drive up after the ball, and a lot of players would jump out and hit this ball. But that's really bad because all we're doing is just giving the ball away, giving possession away, passing it to the other team. So we don't do that. We come back down the wall and we try to get a dribble going. This is the exact right play. This is perfect. Unfortunately, I think our teammate didn't understand that and thought we were going to try to hit the ball, and that's bad. So his positioning is really bad right now. As we can see, he's pointed off to the right, and he's past the point of the ball. Anyway, it doesn't quite work out our dribble because the enemy team plays it well, but this is really good too. We just do a backflip into a half flip, which is super good. And then again, we don't just hit the ball. We slow it down. We get in front of it. Even when we challenge right there, we stay on the ground. We still didn't jump. Like, super good. We just try to go for a demo. We still haven't left the ground. So the whole play is played really patiently, really smart. We're trying to keep possession of the ball, so that's all really good. Keep doing those things. Don't jump out off the wall and pass the ball to the other team. Do what you're doing. In this next clip, we're going to see, again, a good example of being patient, recognizing when the enemy team is on their back foot and allowing them to put themselves in a bad position and make a mistake that we can capitalize on. So we're going to watch how patience comes into play in this. So Inner has just kind of hit the ball poorly. Fracture is off on the right side of the field. So we're able to get a nice big clear down the field. We push up, we grab boost. So we can see and we know based on where Inner just was and hitting the ball, he's behind us. He's out of the play. Fracture's kind of the last man to beat, but he's not rotating to his net. He's trying to play this ball. He's pointed up the field, which is never good. He goes into the corner, snags that boost, but that doesn't matter. Now he's completely backwards. It's going to be really hard for him to make a play on this ball. So a lot of players at a lower rank, and even at your rank, would just hit this ball. Do your best to just dive in on this, smack that ball, get the pass across. But instead, we recognize that Fracture is in a really bad position here, pointed backwards. So we slow it down. We stop. We get patient. We wait for him. He makes a terrible touch on the ball and passes it to us. And then we're able to go in and capitalize. So that's just a super good example of being patient, recognizing when the enemy team is in a terrible, awkward positioning, and just allowing them to make a mistake that we can capitalize on. All right, I really like this next clip that we're going to look at. I think it shows off high-level awareness and rotation, breaking outside of the confines of like the strict rules of rotation because we recognize the situation. So when we watch it, I think to some players and even maybe lower level players, the rotation will seem wrong where we go on the field and what we do here. But we'll explain why that's correct and smart. So our teammate Juicy, he is, as we can see, up there on the back wall. He's really, really committed to something, and this is bad. He's put us in kind of a 2v1 potentially. He's pinched the ball off to the side over here. So we get patient and we start to play the ball here. So we'll see what we do. So maybe before we even roll it, a lot of players in this position would either cut really hard and try to challenge us here, which is wrong because our teammate is too deep. We're last man back. We can't challenge. Or a lot of players would instantly react and go and rotate back post. That is also wrong, which may seem like the right thing to do because we're in a 2v1. If we just go back post, we're basically giving them the freedom of the field to do whatever they want, to push down the field at free will. No one will be challenging or slowing the ball down. So that's wrong as well. We'd just be giving them a free opportunity. So what we do next is really smart. We cut across the field really fast, and we begin to shadow the play. So we're going to see if we roll a little bit more here. We start to cut back out. But again, we're doing that shadowing. We're the same kind of car. So in case he tries to dribble it, we can then turn and challenge. If he hits it off the wall, we just should think about this here. We're able to turn and jump and go up for the ball and cut off the pass somewhere around here. Whereas if we think about if we were at the back post, we would have to come all the way from that post to try to get up to this area and challenge the ball. And it's unlikely that we'd be able to get there before that blue teammate who's somewhere right around here over on that side of the field. So this is really good. This position allows us to challenge a pass, or allows us to challenge a dribble, or at least shadow the dribble, allowing our teammate to get back on the field quicker. So this position is super smart. I really like it. And then if we roll a little more, we turn and we begin to look at the play. And Juicy turns as well. And he goes up and challenges it. Not great by him. It would have been better if he just left this for you. But it causes you to have to be patient when it should have been your ball and put you in an awkward position. But you did the right thing here. So really good, really smart. Good rotation, even though it may seem weird. Those are the kind of rotations that you have to learn based on where everybody is on the field as you rank up in higher play. So this is the last one clip we're going to look at of things you did good, but you just played really solid, I think, throughout the game. So keep it up, keep playing like that. Just make those few adjustments that we talked about, and I could see you definitely, climbing the ranks pretty quick, getting Champ 3, and then moving on to Grand Champ. So keep up the good work. So let's recap on stuff you did good. I really liked how you showed patience while playing twos. That's really important. That's how you have to keep playing them. But we don't want to confuse patience that you showed in playing with a lack of decisiveness. You were patient, but you were also decisive as you played, which I think was really good. You didn't just hurl your car at the ball unnecessarily, throwing yourself in on challenges or passes that maybe were there. You didn't do that very much, so that's really important too. So you weren't out of the play a lot. It didn't take you away from it, forcing your teammate to be in a lot of 2v1. So that's really good. So keep up that patient gameplay, controlling the ball, but at the same time be decisive with your decisions to either go for the ball or to go back to net. And I think you did all of those things really well. So keep it up. Okay, everyone, that about concludes part 3 and the end of episode 5. Once again, thank you for coming back and joining me again for this. I was really happy to be able to do a 2v2 replay analysis. I hope you liked it too. If you did, send me 2v2 replays and I'll try to break those down when I get time. I hope you learned something today. And with that, we're going to end our video, but it would not be complete without taking a look at some highlights from Polarbear. So enjoy those, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Josh Ola, looking forward to episode 6 on Coach's Corner.